I'm Ron and I'm back again, already with another round sports views. Tonight I'm going to talk about what I think of the fallout of the Houston Astros sign stealing scandal. Basically, that's it. So, the punishments were as follows. The Astros have to pay $5 million in a fine to the commissioner's office. They lose their first round and second round picks for 2 years straight, this year and next year. Jeff Luhnow and A.J. Hinch were suspended for a year until after the World Series, and then they were both fired by Astros owner Jim Crane. Alex Cora was also named in the report, but he has no punishment yet because they are also still investigating the Red Sox in 2018. So no punishment has been withheld for him until then, but the Red Sox got ahead of it, and he got fired. Well, mutually parted ways, but let's be honest, fired. And Carlos Beltran was also named because he is a manager, or was a manager now, for the New York Mets. And he parted ways, but it was more like for him, he quit. Because the Mets weren't going to fire him. They were going to make him make the decision. And since Beltran is a stand-up guy, known as a stand-up guy in the game of baseball, and didn't want the distraction to happen, he quit. So as mutually parted ways, in his case, he quit. But he wouldn't be suspended anyway because no player at that point was going to get suspended. And nothing was coming against the Mets except that. So, 3 managers are out. 1 GM is out. Astros get hammered. The Red Sox probably are as well when theirs comes out, and the Astros aren't even done yet because later yesterday, after Beltran stepped down as the manager of the New York Mets, his niece, and I say that in quotes because it wasn't his niece, it was a player who played on that Astros team who's I'm not going to say any names, but if I had to guess, it's probably Marisnik. Why? Because he's now, or was going to now be managed by Carlos Beltran. He was playing for the Astros all 3 years. They still cheated in 18. Let's be honest, they're still cheating in 19. They're not going to cheat next year because damn well knows, I mean, if they cheat, they're stupid. Even more stupid than they are then. But when it comes to that, I think it's Marisnik. Because he was going to be managed by Carlos Beltran as a Met. He signed this offseason, and why would he sign for the Mets? Because Beltran. And he had Beltran to the Mets, or that tweet, that account had Beltran to the Mets, and the Beltran family said that wasn't his niece, that she wasn't related to him, or that she wasn't related to him. So turns out, I think it's Marisnik. Had Beltran to the Mets before, and then he went after Beltran got announced, then put this out saying Beltran was going to step down. They're probably pretty close. He probably would know. And then the account also said they had pictures from the locker room of Bregman, of the bugs, the devices, and saying Bregman and Altuve wore those devices. And you also saw, after the interviews after Game 6, tape and a wire coming from Reddick, Josh Reddick. So it's not just Bregman and Altuve, it was Reddick. They were using bugs that buzzed from Bluetooth to tell them what the sign is. Because who sits on a slider from Aroldis Chapman? The Astros are still cheating, okay? So yesterday, stuff hit the fan. I'm happy I waited till today to do this video tonight because stuff hit the fan. Stuff hit the fan. Stuff hit the fan. Somebody acting like Beltran's niece said all this. Then Sheffield Jr. said that's not his niece. Then also brought out saying Mike Trout takes HGH from a loophole because why not bring everything out? Because everything comes to the light because this stuff is crazy. And I don't know why Mike Trout has anything to do with it, but said it anyway. And I guess this is the way we get MLB to start punishing people now. You push their eyes to it. Because you're not getting punished if you don't push their eyes to it. Because everything that's been done has been done under the guise of Major League Baseball knowing and just not wanting it to go public. And by the way, that account also took a shot at Gleyber Torres for cheating as a Yankee. So, the Yankees, turns out, got hit too. And if they have to, or could get hit too. Because if they're going to investigate the Astros, the bugs, they better... Because now, they didn't want to investigate that, no. But now they probably have to, and then they would have to investigate the Yankees because people are hitting... The niece is hitting out at Gleyber Torres, which... This is getting nuts, but let's get to my... But that's the timeline of events. Now let me get to my reaction. I don't think, for a shadow of a doubt, that the Astros were the only team cheating, or the Astros and Red Sox were the only teams cheating. There's more. As they said, Gleyber Torres. The Yankees probably cheated. Who else cheated? I don't know. I have no earthly idea. Do I think the Blue Jays cheated? No. Do I think the Mets cheated? No. The Cardinals? Well, they went to crap during the playoffs, so I don't think they cheated either, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, so whatever. The Cardinals are probably the one I'd be most unsurprised about if one of my 3 teams got caught cheating. Reason the Mets are? Marcus Stroman. You guessed it. You guessed it. Because he played for the Toronto Blue Jays, he plays for the Mets, and I live near St. Louis, and I've stopped being a jackhole. Because why not? I was like, you know what? Let's just be happy for him, you know, instead of being a... Get mad at Shatkins. Don't get mad at the Cardinals is the point. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But are there more teams that are cheating? You're damn right. Are the Astros still cheating? Well, not anymore, but they were cheating up until 2019. The Red Sox, I don't know. But the Astros, yes, definitely. Should they get hit for 2019? Yes. Was the punishments enough? Not at this case, no. And you got certain players who did the bugs. Not everybody did the bugs. So if you want to, and it comes out that these players wore these bugs, these devices... Suspend them. You're not gonna get nowhere if you don't suspend the players. Now, you can't suspend the whole damn team. I get that. But when you get random players, Altuve, Bregman, Reddick, you better suspend the lot of them. If it isn't 25, if it's just random players, suspend them. They deserve it. They deserve it. And the funny thing about this is if the Astros are still cheating in 2019, why the hell did they lose every game at home in the World Series? Makes no sense to me, but they won every game at Nationals Park. All they had to do was win one game at Minute Maid, and they couldn't do it. So either they didn't execute like they should have, or maybe they stopped cheating. I don't know what was going on there. I really don't. How does that happen? How does that happen? How? I mean, come on. But Altuve, if it comes out that these bugs really did happen, and he was saying, don't pull my jersey off, don't pull my shirt off, camisa no. And he was lying about it being his wife, and the reason he wouldn't take his shirt off, because if you go to his Instagram, you can see 5 photos of him having his shirt off. It's not his wife. He was cheating. The game, not his wife. The game. Baseball, not his wife. I don't think he'd do... Well, you know what? If he cheated baseball, maybe he would cheat on his wife. But that's not the point. That's not the point. He cheated. Bug. He cheated. Well, it was probably right, but whatever. The way I'm looking at it, this is my left, but the way I'm looking at it, right. So, whatever. Point being is he cheated. Bregman cheated. Reddick cheated. Who else? We don't know, but we know they did. Suspend them. If it comes out to where they did cheat, and it isn't just speculation, suspend them. They deserve to get suspended. Alex Cora, how long should he be suspended for since he was ringleader of both? 2+ years, maybe even get banned from the game. Honestly. He should go. He should get banned. If he was the ringleader, he should get banned. Now, Carlos Beltran. Here's my problem. You're going to be like, you're wearing a Mets jersey. Of course you have a problem with him getting fired. Here's the thing, or leaving, or quitting, or whatever you want to call it. Here's the problem. He didn't have to quit. The Mets, he could have called the Mets bluff and said, I'm staying. But they put him in a position to where the New York media got in his head, Joel Sherman, John Heyman, they got in his head and he quit. And that's what the Mets wanted. But he didn't have to quit. He got played. He got played to this. He got played. And Carlos Beltran, even by the commissioner's office, got played. Because he was a player back then. He shouldn't have been named. Now you could say, oh, he still cheated. What's the problem with him being named? Here's the problem. He was a player back then, not a manager. He just became a manager. And they didn't name McCann. They didn't name any other retired players from that team. So why the hell did Beltran get named? That's unfair. If no other retired player got named, why him? Why him? You scapegoated him, Manfred. You didn't have to name him. The only ones you had to name was Luhnow, Cora, Hinch, and I guess Crane. You could have named them, but no, you had to go and name Beltran because you're a Yankees fan, aren't you? You sniveling curmudgeon. And I guarantee you, if the Yankees did cheat, they ain't getting nothing. I guarantee you. That's why we need to hold Manfred's nose to the pile of dung that just got found by John Boy, Tim and Sid, everybody. You should hold him to it and hope he looks. Hope. And force him just like he looked at this. Screw him. He's even more corrupt than Bud Selig. I don't know how you do that, and Roger Goodell combined. I don't know how the hell you do that. I don't know how. Manfred is a scumbag. Let's be honest. And if you read the whole damn statement, it's contradictory as hell. Now, I don't disagree with what the Astros did. I don't disagree with what the Red Sox did, but they were the Astros got caught red-handed. The Red Sox, Cora was the ringleader. He's getting hammered even worse. Beltran shouldn't even have been named. That's the difference. That's the difference. And he got played to quit. The Mets weren't firing him. Because one, they didn't want to pay him a severance package. Two, they didn't have the balls to fire him. They wanted him to play himself. And he played himself. Because of how good of a guy he is. Screw you, Will Pons. Screw you, Brody Van Wagenen. It's you. He should have never quit. He should have called your bluff. You shouldn't have pulled that on him. If you were going to fire him, have some balls. What are you doing? Nah, no. Beltran got wronged. I'm sorry. Yeah, was he one of the ringleaders? Did he come up with it? Yes. But he was a player back then. No other retired player got named, so why should he? That's the thing. Manfred got him because he manages the Mets, or was managing the Mets. That's just what he did was wrong. Manfred played him, and the Mets played him. Let's be honest. Simple. I'm sorry. He got played. Hinch, rightfully fired. Luhnow, rightfully fired. Cora, rightfully got fired / quit, but rightfully, because he's going to get hammered as well. Even worse. Could be 2 years, could be 3, could be a lifetime ban. I don't know, but Beltran wasn't even going to get suspended. He got played. Played, I tell you. So basically, Beltran should have never been fired. I agree with the other punishments. And Altuve, Bregman, and Springer, and whoever, not Springer. He probably used it too, let's be honest. And Reddick, he should get suspended. Now, what are, for the bugs, simple. If it gets found to be what it is. And other cheaters should get suspended as well. As in, whoever on the hell the Yankees cheated because somebody said they cheated. Or, well, Beltran's niece, as in probably Marisnik. Simple. I can't say. So, basically, this is even worse than what it seemed as first. sad. I mean, crazy. Crazy, sad day for the game of baseball. And honestly, I can't. This is horrible. Horrible execution all around when it comes to these scandals. This is worse than the steroids. If I was a pitcher, I'd rather face prime Mark McGwire than somebody wearing a bug knowing the signals. That's me. I'd rather face somebody who's on steroids. Why? Because they still have to hit it. They still have to guess. The person getting the signals don't have to guess. They could just sit fastball, and if they want a slider or a curveball or a breaking ball, they can whack it out of the yard. Just wait for it and whack it out of the yard. I'd rather face a person on steroids. Simple. So, yeah. The Astros, they got what they deserve. The Red Sox, they're getting what they deserve. Beltran got played, and I hope Altuve, Bregman, and Reddick, and whoever else wore the bugs get suspended. That's basically it. So, remember, I also still have the Australian fire relief causes in the link down below. Go check them out if you want to donate. Any bit helps. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. MLB is even in a deeper hole than they already were. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.